Good morning and sliding into afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas. And this morning I thought, oh my gosh, I've been so engaged in doing Christmas cards, right? That we don't want to forget about Thanksgiving. And the reason why I wasn't worried about it too much after I thought about it was as we did 3 cards at the retreat recently, and I did the 3 prototypes, right? The samples ahead of time, so I have a 6 total Thanksgiving cards. But that doesn't mean I still don't owe some other folks some Thanksgiving cards, right? So I don't know how many more I have to get out besides 6 because I didn't count it because I didn't want to get bogged down in that, right? But we're going to make some quick and easy Z folds, and we're going to use that beautiful 6x6 paper, and I'm going to show you how easy and quick it is, and that's what we're going to do. All right? So let's go down the hands, and we'll see what we did during the retreat, and I'll show you what we're going to do today. Let's do this. Right? All right, so this is what we made at the retreat. And these are just nice, right? These are different type of fun folds, right? So if you're ever wondering what do you do with the back of it, right? This is what we did right there. So if you don't have enough space, use the back of your card. Here's another one we made also, just using the gold hoops. Open it up. This one I didn't put a sentiment in it yet. But we embossed the whole thing, right? So there's different things you can do to make what you might think is plain, just to dress it up some, okay? This one here, I didn't do this one in here yet either, but again, you could do the inside, the outside. And I just want to show you those, right? Because those are what we made at the retreat. And one of the things I was going to let you know, too, is we're going to have a tea party, yeah. And we're going to make some cards with the Nutcracker. Now, we'll let you know the kits are not available. They're out right now. I'm not sure when they're going to be back in. I have a few, so I'm going to do a class with the few I have. So you'll have your choice of 3 cards, designs, or we're going to make a tissue box holder. Yeah, these are out right now. They're unavailable. I should say out. They're unavailable, right? So they'll let us know when they come in. So the paper I'm using is the Splendid Autumn, right? So if you're trying to do a math scramble to get your cards out and you don't have it yet, I would tell you get your order in today. So you'll have it hopefully by next week, and that you can do your cards and get them out in the mail. All right, I brought the mini bees. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use them or not. So for here, I'm still waiting for my crepe myrtle tree to get some autumn colored leaves on it. We're in the 80s now, but still the leaves haven't changed colors. So I actually brought 2 colors. I'm going to do 2 different ones. This one I already folded. And I'm using, this one's Old Olive, and this is Mossy Meadow. I'm going to start with the Old Olive first, because I wanted to show you, sometimes we think, well, you know, I don't have something to score it with. You don't have to, right? So what I've done today is I literally took my 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock, and I folded it in half, all right? And I want my fun fold flap, so I didn't go out and score it because this is going to be an 1/8 type deal. So I'm just going to fold it over just like this here, edge to edge. All right? And when you do, you have your Z fold. All right? There's an upside down Z, however you want to look at it. But you got your Z fold, all right? So I'm going to go ahead. This is 4 by 5.25, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in here because it's going to help guide me in what I do. Debating whether I was going to use glue or tear and tape. Not tear and tape, Stampin' Seal. We're going to use this. Right? Because I have team members. I have new team members. I have friends, family, right? I make sure to always send. I have 2 aunts that are in their 90s, so I make sure that they get something from me. I'm just going to put this in. Now, this one is bigger than, let's see what this is. Okay, this is like 5.25. We're going to trim this off a little bit here. I'm trying to see how the easiest way I want to do that with creating havoc. Hold on just a second. We're going to need to take 1/4 inch of that off, and we'll have to do it on the other one too, because I thought these were already cut to the correct size. So I guess when we cut it, we used it for something else. I'm not sure though. All right, it did create havoc. Everything's wanting to talk to me. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're going to cut this off. I'm going to do the other one while we're at it too. Because, yeah. Well, it says 5.25. So let's see what I did here then. Because if this is off, and that says 5.25. Oh, that's because I need it. Well, you know what? That should be 5.5. Let's see what this one is. Okay, this one is 5.5. Okay. Never mind, I showed you how to fold it, so let me move these over. I'll have to make some alterations. Okay. Alright, yeah, I did mess up earlier, and I said when I cut something, and I thought I brought the correct one up. I guess I did not. That's okay. We're not going to let that bother us. We'll just modify everything else so we can still use that card, right? Because if you're like me, today, we do not have time to be having opportunities for creativity, right? I gotta get things created and done. So actually on this one here, I am going to just leave a little bit there. Now what happens is when I fold this, you can either cover that up like that, you can, right? But the thing is so the main thing is like when I open it, I'm gonna have it covered just like that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this one down right here like this. It'll cover half of it, basically. But this is just a quick and easy. So this does a couple of things, right? One is it's quick and easy. The other thing is a great way to use up 6x6 paper. So if you say, well, I don't have 6x6 paper, that's fine. You may have 12x12 paper and you cut it down to 6x6 if you want to. You don't have to. Let's see if it gets on the edge. You don't have to, right? Okay. So this one was a little bit larger than these right here. These right here are these are 1 7/8. So these two, now these are designer series paper, right? So I'm going to be using this on the inside, right? Instead of cardstock, I'm just using this beautiful paper because it matches, right? It's all that Splendid Autumn, and it all just matches beautifully. And I'm going to take it, I'm just going to put it over here. And I'm going to center it and line it up with the very vanilla I've got there. So I just sort of have a continuity here. And the reason, like you can see in a minute. So when I have scenic 6x6 paper, I'll sit up there and split it up and divvy it up. So I can use all that 6x6. Now I might have some little, like because I'm trimming it off to fit in here, I might have a little bit left over. But it's going to be like scraps amount left over, right? Okay, so the other thing I like doing, and it's all a personal preference, right? So I have two of these, so you can see, if I lay these out like this, you can see the pattern of how the paper was, right? Because everything will sort of line up when you put it together. So I wanted this to look, when I closed my card, I wanted these two to look together, right? So it looks like I got a continuous flow. So that's going to do that. And the other one's going to be put on the inside. But see how pretty this is on this side? Could easily do it as well there. I just want to make sure I put it on the correct side, right? When I line it up and everything. Because for me, I like it. When I have beautiful, picturesque paper, scenery and everything, I like to just line it up this way. Make sure I do the right way, right? So I can take in the whole scenery. And that way, too, whoever I send this to gets the whole scene, right? Because it's just beautiful. This is just beautiful fall colors. You have to let me know how you do it and how you deal with the paper. See how it's going to look when the person opens up this card? And do this here. Yeah, so the love of my life and I went out and about yesterday. Got away for a little bit. And I would tell you, right, everybody's like setting up. We went to one place and they were busy, like their store. They said they apologized because they were busy doing turnover in the store, getting things ready for Christmas. This one, I think I might want to take off just a smidgen more. And so it was interesting because they're busy apologizing. I'm going, well, don't apologize because this is how it looks like at my house when I'm creating. So not to, so don't worry about it. So I'm just going to cut off 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, I'm going to get some of this stuff off. So yeah, I told them just don't even worry about it. It's like, I know. So they were busy turning over, but it's sort of crazy, right? Because it's always fascinating how quickly that we jump into Christmas. You know, some people still put the, everybody sort of they still put the autumn out, right? And the stuff for the fall and all, but it's nothing like Christmas. It's like right? I'm not going to name the places, but there's some places that, right, they have out harvest time, Thanksgiving time, all at the same time, and Christmas at the same time, right? And it's like, wow. So Christmas is like really super, super big, right, on all the stuff. So, all right, so here we go here. So here's how it's going to look right here, okay? And then when you open up this here, I've already got the other panel here, and then we're just going to put this here. So it isn't the continuity look as it is, but at least it comes right here. But I like it when it's closed, right? When it's closed, I want it to look like it all flows there really good. So yes, so it depends on if you're watching, whether you're watching on Facebook on Venture Stamping or if you're watching on Zoe and Nana Stamping. They're both my sites and we stream it both. But I'm actually on Adventure Stamping. So if you made a comment, I will get to you. I'm going to get through the live because I can't see it right now. All right, so see here, this is how this is going to look right here. And then I've already done the tags. This is from the traditional labels. And I'm going to do this one on the inside, outside. I'm going to do this one on the inside. And the reason is I'm going to put it right under here. And that way you won't see it until you open it, right? So they'll have two tags on here. And I'm just going to put this down with adhesive in a minute. Or you could do it with dimensionals, either or. We'll decide which way we want to do it. But let me go ahead and get this stamped. So I actually have choices for us. So I brought this one here. You can see the different colors. It was a question of what ink we're going to put on here. This actually is Old Olive. This one is Mossy Meadow. And I brought this, and I brought Cajun Craze. And I think I'm going to do Cajun Craze because I really like the fall colors. But we could do any, right? We could do any. I'm going to stamp it on a piece of white paper. Let's see here. A clean piece of white paper. To show you the difference. Right? Because that's what we all like to know. We want to know what the difference is. Yeah, we have plain white paper, right? Okay, so I've got these already stamped, but I want you to see the differences and see the differences in colors. Okay, so we're gonna clean these. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this, and you have to keep in mind, right? This is very vanilla. So what it, and I'm stamping on the back of this just so I can show you. Okay, so this is what it looks like there. And here's what it looks like here. Okay, the difference is just either very vanilla or white. And I chose very vanilla because it's got the richness, right? And I'm going with the fall colors and everything else. But you can see what that color looks like. I'm going to also show you, let's go ahead. Well, I'm going to show you the color in the background. Okay, let's do it in Mossy Meadow. So you can see what it would look like in Mossy Meadow. Because it's all about choices, right? Now, from the other card I just showed you a minute ago, I can see the only disadvantage is I put the other one up on dimensionals. Now, that's what Mossy Meadow looks like. If I put it on the Autumn here, let's stamp above it because this is flipping over the back side. So, I mean, either color was really good. I was just wanting to pick up the color there, right? Because I'm actually going to use some ribbon this color. So those two, I'm not going to go to the next one. I'll wait for the next one. We'll do it for that as well, too, and we can do the comparisons. Let me go and clean this here. And I'm going to use this right here. And I'm going to actually put this one up a little bit because we actually have some ribbon that's going to pick up that green. So I'm going to put this up just a little bit, like this. All right, and then when I do the inside portion, which is a different stamp, this one says, blessed to have you in my life, right? So it doesn't matter if it's your friend, family, right? Soon to be friends. It's a blessing to have them in your life. So I'm here to tell you. If you don't believe it, just contact me and I'll help you out. I'll help you see. I'll help you see it. All right, let me close this here. All right? There are days and moments people go, I don't know, right? But it is, really is. Okay, so this is going in, so I'm going to get this one here first. And so this actually, when you die cut it, see how it has this right here? So we can actually feed ribbon through here. It's delicate though, right? So if you're going to feed ribbon through there, just got to keep that in mind. And we'll see what you think of this. And I'll have to see. It's a matter like this night. It's just a matter that I want to show you that I can feed this right through here, right? And then we can put some bling in here. We can put bling above or below. I actually originally had it down like this. Let's keep it like that. And I have really gotten where I like tear and tape to hold my ribbon down on the back side, right? So we're going to take our ends and we're going to feed it through here. And I'm just going to bring it down, right? And we're just going to fold it right here. Yep, we're going to cover that right there. Nobody's going to see it because well, they will, sort of, maybe. All right. We're not going to tell anybody, though. Okay, and then we're just going to come down here. I'm just going to cut a little extra off here. And we're going to wrap it. So this is a little bit different than I showed you what we did in the retreat, right? Sometimes people think I go out and make a bunch of cards of one thing. I don't, right? I just do what I need. And it's not like I go out and try to mass produce. I guess I would if I had a customer that says, hey, I want you to make my Christmas cards for me, or I want you to make my Thanksgiving cards, and they had a quantity that they wanted to make all the same. I would, but just for my personal self, no, I don't usually do that. Okay, so I'm just wrapping it so it comes right tight across there. And see how that just takes the frustration out for me, right? I've got it just nice and neat like that. Now you're right. So when you come across the back of here, if you don't want to see that, then what I would tell you to do when you come back over here, we could just as easily put this right here if you wanted to, because I set it up so it would definitely not be there. Or the other option would be is do it like this, just make it a double. Okay, so I'll come back and make it a double, I think. Because that's one of the things you got to think about when you sit there and do a Z card, right? Whatever you do, they're going to see on the back, right? So if you don't want to see that on the back, then you're going to have to do something else, right? But I wanted the ribbon, and so that's what we're going to go with right now. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this here. I'm just going to go ahead and adhere it down. So the thing is, if you're concerned about the ribbon or anything there, then I would just put a dab of glue on it, right? Just put just a little bit of glue. There's nothing to say you can't use more than one adhesive, right? So just put your dab of glue for that. And if you're concerned about the edges, put it wherever you think you need it, okay? And then we're just going to put this here. And then I'm going to put another piece on the back. I'm just put, see, now I want to get as much of my fall in there, right? So I'm just going to put this right here. Because I really like the colors. I'm not sure what color it looks like in my hand. But see, when I open it up, even this is going to be, if they want to open it up all the way, it's going to be just like this. Alright? So even though I put this on the back, it'll still fine, right? Because it's just open up together. We're going to have it flow together. And I might have to cut it shorter, right? And that's okay. So the thing is, if I do this, so this is what you got to keep in mind. If I go to open this and put this here and glue it down here, then they're not going to be able to open it all the way, right? So if you just want to cover this, then I would just cover that then. And I can cut that off and make that happen too, right? So this is here. So the only thing I wanted to do is to make sure when this came over, I wanted to get this as far over as I could. And I'm just going to put this down, right? I just want it to be a surprise when they open it. And see, if I hadn't done all the ribbon and everything the way I did it, I could have just left that alone. But it's okay. It's a great way to show the different things that you could do. So pretty much this lines up just like this here. From the end, so it gets me center, see? Alright, so now we can add bees if we want to. We can add bling. So I've actually got bling. I've actually got 3 types of bling I brought. Because during the retreat, we used some of the brown streak. And we used the Cajun one. We didn't use this one. But I just want to show you how different ones will look, right? So this could easily go with it and blend nicely. Well, this is got streak dots, which is the darker color here, and the Cajun Craze dots are the lighter color ones. I'm just put those all here so you can see it. So this one I'm most likely going to go lighter because I know I got the darker on the other one. So this is what it would look like. See there, if I just put those right there. All right, and here would be what the darker ones look like. Right, so it's truly a lot of it's personal preference. So I don't know, what do you think? Which color do you like the best? I'm going to try to see if I can see that with my phone, right? So if you make a comment out there, I'll be able to see it. I believe I will be anyway. So yeah, let me know. I'm going here a second. I'm just pausing. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go lighter. I don't see any comments yet, but you know what? I have more cards to make, so I can make this one here like this now. And I can look at comments later and come back and make the other. So this one I'm going to start right in the center. As it rolled off. I'm going to write right here in the center. The best I can there. And then we're just going to go from here. Right? Put one out here, and then we'll put one over right above it here. So actually this ribbon was actually with the suite for the pears that goes with so many things, right? So there you go, there's Autumn Wishes, and I have this on the inside. Alright, so that's card number 1. Card number 2, which we're going to have to modify everything because I didn't realize I brought this shorter when I cut it in half. So that's okay. Opportunities, alright, just opportunities that we weren't looking for. So I actually did have choices, right? I could have just leave it like this here. Let's do that. Let's just do that. It's not the first time that I've actually, right, that we've taken cardstock and whatever we've had and let it just go all the way down to the bottom. Okay? That might not have been how I did it and planned it, but you know what? Sometimes we just go with it. So today's one of those, we're just going to go with it type days, right? Because I still have cards. I'm working on Christmas. So, alright, so now I already know in this particular case when I did this, right? So these are going to be right here. I'm just going to go ahead and do them from top to bottom just like this. And you're going to see, so I actually put these together, so these two to go together. And these two go together, and then I had the measurements were a little off, so right, so sometimes we just work the way. So you can see again, just like the other one, I matched it up like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get it down up here, back here. This one's gonna go back here, and while I have it to the edge, see, I can still do whatever I want to do, right? So if I just want to sit there and do it like this and tighten it up, I can. Right, I know what you. I've been doing this, right? I've been doing this for a while. So I really worked on, you know, we always work on perfection, right? We want everything to be perfect. And I do, I really do. Yeah, but we don't live in a perfect world. And it's no use getting all upset, letting it upset my day, right? So now when I cut this, and I didn't realize it till I got through it, I was off 1/8 of an inch on my measurement. So what I did then is, I sat there and I went and cut the 1/8 off. Normally I wouldn't do that, right? But it was like, okay, it's going to look different, right? So I went and just cut the 1/8 off. And I thought, you know, we'll just put the 1/8 right there. Right there. It's one of those days, or you know what? We just flip it over and use the other side. That would be pretty cool too. Just a minute, we'll do this. Actually, the back side of this paper is what I used to determine which colors I was going to use today, right? So it's just beautiful colors. So this one is really definitely on the back of that was Mossy Meadow. Alright, so see what you think of this. So we can easily match this up on this side here, right? And I can use glue and get that tight right like that. The other option would be just go ahead and use the green side, right? Why not? Let's use the green side. I already know who I can give this to, and they will like the fact that I did that, right? So I don't know about you, but like lots of times when I make and design cards, I already have somebody in mind, so that it's really, they're the inspiration for me. Because I have them, and that's my vision, right? I'm up there trying to do it. So it doesn't matter if it's this, it doesn't matter if it's Nutcracker cards, it doesn't matter if it's gingerbread cards, right? I usually have somebody in mind that inspires me for whatever I'm doing. Or I shouldn't say they inspire me. I know who I'm going to give it to, right? And as a result of that, then that's what I'm trying to create. What I think will be cute and fun for them, or pretty, right? Depending on who I'm giving it to. So, like, I just got through creating some Christmas cards for the guys that includes an ornament. So I actually had to think about that, right? Because we get so busy using it to, the family or whatever, but we never think about just the guys. We're going to send just the guys something. So that was an opportunity for me. And I had fun with that, right? I had fun with that. Okay, and I'm going to get this on the outside here. All right. So we have to keep everybody in mind, right? Get this here. And plus, right, we have a couple of colleagues. And we have family members too, right, that are guys. But more than likely, if you got a guy in the family, and he's got a family, right? Most guys, trying to think, all except one of our family members that are adult, immediate family, is single, right? Everybody else has got a partner. This one's going on the inside. Everybody else has got a partner. So I would send it to the family. So the one person wouldn't. So, right, I would send them their own individual card. So that's one of the things we talked about, right? Especially, when we make cards and gifts, right? I don't give Thanksgiving gifts, I don't think. I was trying to think if I get it for the grandkids or not. Usually I try to, any excuse I can, to give them money. Especially the teenagers, and the younger ones too. The teenagers especially, because they're always wanting something, right? They're always wanting or needing something. So that way, we get money, they can make their choices what they want now. So this is going to be different. It's going to look like this right here, right? But it's going to be how it's going to look when the card shuts. Now, I could just as easily do this. Let's go ahead and do that. I wasn't going to do that, but let's do that because I've got that green right there. So just here's the opportunities, right? Sometimes we have opportunities for creativity beyond what we originally did, and we get, right? And oops, or something. In the case, that's exactly what happened, right? I accidentally cut the paper wrong and brought the wrong one up, so I have opportunity for creativity with oops. All right, so see, now looky there. So this and this looks just with that one little strip right there. So we're going to go here and we'll do the same thing. Now this one I'm not. I'm going to do this one. Let me go back and show you the one. See how I did this one here? Where I just tied a little bow on top and I did this down here. I'm going to do that on this one here. I like that layout. I had fun with that layout. So we're going to do the same thing. The only difference is, right, on that one I had this on top, but I'm going to stick with this one on top here. Okay? So we can do the same thing. It's just I'm going to center this. Now again, I have the choices. This is the colors I just used, right? Now some other colors that I brought with me. Again, because this card's a little different, I brought Pumpkin Pie and Old Olive just to show you the differences, what they look like. I did do that. And it won't be the first time, it won't be the last. This time, though, I'm going to stamp on the back of this one so you can see the colors, because that one's going to be down anyway, and nobody's going to see the back of it. And we'll just go ahead and do it with the Blessed to Have You in My Life. So this is Old Olive. There it is on white. Let me make sure that's the back side. It is, okay. So here's what it looks like on very vanilla. Just trying to keep my thumb out of the way. All right, so you see just a little bit of difference there, what it looks like. Now let's do the other color, and we'll decide which one we like the best, okay? All right. Let's do Pecan Pie. Because our fall colors have all of these, right? I can't see that yet, but if you're in an area that you truly have fall seasons that have already kicked in, you know, okay, that one did not get enough ink. Okay, so you can see the difference there. Okay, so let me just set this aside so I don't graciously just stick my thumb in there again. So it's a question of what you really like. Would you rather the brown or the green? Now see, if I do this, I think that'll pick that up nicely. And if I did the Cajun Craze, see how nicely that would pick up really nice as well too. So there you go. So, wow, I think I'm going to stick with the Cajun Craze. I thought I was going to go with a different color, but I'm going to stick with the Cajun Craze. So this Z fold is just easy to make, right? Because you're taking 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock. You're folding it in half. And then you're going to fold the front part in half as well, too. And that's what gives you your Z fold. It's just a quick and easy way to do it without having to score. If you want to score, score it. I didn't in this particular case because I just wanted to show you an easier way. Because I'm sitting down and all of a sudden I find out I have, let's say I still have 10 Thanksgiving cards to send out, right? Well, I'm just going to sit down and just fold things and get it done, right? Okay, so that one says, blessed to have you in my life. And the other one here, the other one is Autumn Wishes. So right, instead of this one, instead of doing like I did a minute ago, we're going to center it because we're going to put embellishments below it, and I don't have to clean these right now, just to get the ink out of my way, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and actually this one, I'm going to center this one because I can't. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put it down with adhesive just on this side here. Alright, and this one I'm just going to center. So all you got to do is come and align the center of the tag right here, and it'll be centered, right? Because this piece here was nothing more than the front flap being folded backwards in half, right? Okay, so if you center everything, then you know you pretty much got it. Same thing when we come into inside here. Main thing is I just want to make sure I'm even here, but again, because I know this right here is going to be pretty much centered, double check it. As my daughter says when we're doing other stuff, she says just sort of cut. Before you cut, measure twice, right? Make sure. So this is just going to be hidden. I should have done this the first time. That's alright. Gave me an opportunity. Now I get to go and do something different. Okay, so I have that right there. And you still have plenty of space, right, to sign above and below. If you want more, then put you some cardstock on back. You can put some DSP there. Let's see here. See, just like we did here. You could do that on the back if you wanted more space to write. And just throw you some down there and just give you a little nice different look. Okay? So we did this here. So what we're going to do is take our ribbon. And I'm just going to take it. And I just tie a knot. That's all I do. And I'll put it down with a glue dot. So it's just a matter of how long you want it. If you're not sure, okay, just cut it long and you can trim it off later. Watch out though, because that is really pointy on that end. And I know because I've actually did it to myself before, and I had the opportunity to get a Band-Aid. So there. I didn't realize they were that sharp. But the tips are very sharp. Okay, so we're just going to put some glue on here, and then we can trim it the way we want it. You just have to decide which way you want your ribbon, and you can still work it around any way you want. We're just going to put this here. And I'm just going to center that about right there. And then we're just going to put some. So actually this one I was going to use the darker ones. Either these here. But I'm going to use these versus the metallic. And I'm just going to put 3 down here. Okay. So again, I'm just going to sort of start toward the middle. So so yes, you can get these if you want to as a free class to go. But you're going to have to do that by Saturday because I need to have those out in the mail on Sunday because the post office is by our house. We have one that's open on Sunday, and you'll get 2 of each of these, right? Because if you don't do it now, the problem is I'm not sure you'll have enough time then for me to get it to you and for you to sit there and make it and get it in the mail. Okay, so here we go. So we're just going to, I was just looking to see what I did up there. Just going to snip it and snip it. And the thing is if I can't get it to lay down like I want it, the other option I do is I just get a glue dot and I just put it down right the way I want to. Now, see how this wants to flip over. So again, I want it down the way I want it. Then I would just take a glue dot and we would just fix it that way. And that actually stuck to my thumb. Thank you. And I'm just going to put it toward the inside, right? Not at the edge, just on the inside, so that it still has the 3D look and everything else, right? And I'm just going to do it just like that there. Now we'll have to get my upward angle instead of a down angle to match the other. But that's it. And then we'll do the same thing here, okay? So that's all you have to do. So don't sweat the small stuff, because everything's really sort of the small stuff when you think about it. It's about creating, sharing, and giving, right? So if we're too busy, all worried about all the small stuff, then we won't get out to do the other stuff. So again, I'm just going to angle that just a little bit more. And then we've got our 2 cards, right? So you get 2 of each design. Like I said, you have until Saturday this week. Okay, so we have this one here that we created today, and here is the other one. So we just made some subtle changes, right? I used the same color ink. I made subtle changes in the fact that I put ribbon down here, I put ribbon up there. I used 2 different colors of embellishments, and I used the same color ink, right? I changed the paper. This is Mossy Meadow. This is Old Olive. So it's a matter of deciding what you like best. The other thing I did differently too, right? I've got my panel with all the scenery here. This one, I flipped it over, right? It was the same panel as this, but the back side was this color, so I went ahead and flipped it over, and I had to use 1/8 of an inch here because I cut that a little short, but I covered it up with that right there. So that's just how easy it is to go. Look at your Z fold, right? That's what we're doing, just quick and easy Z folds that you can go out there, add some trim, use your 6x6 paper, and call it a day, right? It's all about, can we use up that 6x6 paper we have? Yes, you can. It's beautiful paper. It's beautiful scenic paper, and it's a great opportunity to use it for Thanksgiving, which is right around the corner. Whoop, whoop, right? It's the last Thursday of this month, but it'll be here before we know it. So with that, I hope you enjoy this, and I want to thank you for supporting us not only here, but also on Instagram and YouTube. And if you enjoyed today, please be sure to share it with a friend, all right? And with that, again, this is the free class kit to go through Saturday. So you have to place an order of $35 or more, and you'll get 2 of each of these sent to you on Sunday, because I'm going to be out of town for a Stampin' Up Leaders Conference. So yay. So there you go. Everything's about time. So be blessed. Have an amazing week, and look forward to seeing you soon. All right? Bye.